Hello loves, welcome back to Lassamor's Diaries. So I picked up The Teacher by Freida McFadden. And listen, I was so excited because yeah, it's Frida. She never fails to leave me screaming at the last page. But this one made me thinking more than it left me shocked. So let's talk about the chaos, the calm, and the lesson behind this book. Let's get started. Let's start with the review. This story follows Eve Bennett, a math teacher living what looks like the perfect life. Great job, great husband, everything neat from the outside. But like most things that seems too perfect, cracks start to show. And then Addie, a student who carries her own secrets, her own scars, and a tension that slowly start to unravel everything. Well, at first, I thought I was diving into one of Frida's high-tension thriller, where everything tightens your chest, but this one, it was different. The pace was quick, the story was easy to follow, but the suspense, it didn't always land the way I hoped. But still, I found myself hooked because, yeah, it's Frida. She always finds a way to pull you back in. So here's what I really loved. I loved how dark and twisty it wanted to be. The layers of control, manipulation, and hidden truth between the teacher and student. The setting, it was perfect, but the execution, it wasn't as sharp. But still, it was gripping enough for me to finish this book in a single day. Now, here's what didn't work for me. Let's be honest. The characters were beyond frustrating. You know those type of characters that makes you want to close the book just to breathe? Yeah, that, but honestly, that's also what made it feel real. Because everyone here was a little broken and a little human. And even though I wanted a bit more logic in some parts, the ending gave me that signature Frida shock, the kind that doesn't hit like a scream, but more like a slow burn realization. You sit there staring at the page like, wait, what? So yeah, at least that ending was okay for me. Now, let's get to the life reflections I learned from this book. 1. Expectation is a heavy anchor. We pick up stories or even people hoping they will surprise us, heal us, or even make us feel something big. But sometimes they just are. And maybe that's okay. Not everything needs to be a plot twist. 2. Power isn't always loud. Eve was the teacher, but the more I read, the more I realized she wasn't in control. And that's life too. The ones who seem the strongest are sometimes the ones quietly broken. But here's the thing, healing starts the moment you stop pretending. 3. The mask we wear can become our prison. Eve had the perfect house, the perfect husband, the perfect everything, but yet she was suffocating under it. And let's be real, we do that too, don't we? We pretend to be perfect, we pretend to be fine. But here's the thing, healing starts when we stop pretending. And then the final lesson here is closure isn't always clean. This story ended, but I still felt unease. And that feeling taught me something. Not every story gives you peace. Some just teach you how to live with the questions. So if you're reading something right now that feels okay when you expected amazing, maybe it's not the story that is lacking. Maybe it is teaching you patience, forgiveness, and stillness in disappointment. So overall, the teacher gets a 3-star from me. Not her strongest, but still fast, entertaining, and strangely reflective. Frida may have written a thriller, but what I got was a lesson about control, mask, and unmet expectations. And honestly, that's what made it stick. Because sometimes it's not the shocks that stay with you, it's the quiet ache that follow. Thank you for watching, loves. Now tell me, what book didn't live up to your expectations but still taught you something about you? Let's talk in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep reading, keep healing, and keep becoming. And as always, stay inspired, stay curious.